welcome into the Erie Tiger Network for tonight's broadcast between Skyline and your Erie girls basketball team. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Brandon Bird, and alongside me is my partner tonight, Grayson Blaylock, and should be a fun matchup tonight. Both teams in desperate need of a Tri-Valley win. Skyline sitting at 3-2 in the Tri-Valley Conference standings. Erie at 2-3. When you take a look at Skyline's schedule so far this season, they sit at 8-4 overall in league play, or in the regular season. League losses were to Windsor and Meade, but they are hot. 3 straight wins over Frederick, Fort Morgan, and Roosevelt have them rolling into this game. And Grace, I know you've had a chance to look at their roster. Overall, not a deep roster, but the players that are good are pretty good for this Skyline team.
They are pretty good for this Skyline team. At the top is Allie McCrolla, leading scorer. She's their three-point shooter. Expect her to shoot from deep often tonight. Junior, called her name a lot last year, and we'll call her name a lot this year as well. 2 others to keep an eye on, Shayla Powers and Lindry Schendel. All 3 of those players average over 10 points a game for Skyline, prolific scorers.
And Erie's trying to look to bounce back tonight after suffering a couple losses. Of course, they've kind of been in the tough part of their schedule. They dropped one at Windsor on Wednesday night. Last week they lost to Holy Family and Berthoud. So this team lost 3 straight. Skyline won 3 straight. Sometimes, though, all it takes is a good home game to get you back on the right track.
Sometimes that is all it takes. Skyline, they are a good road team, though. 4-0 in true road games this year.
Well, this pregame here is brought to you by Go Airheads. Go Airheads Airsoft Field and Store in Erie gives children, teens, and adults an exhilarating, unforgettable experience in a unique battle zone. Play against your friends and friends to be. For more information, check them out online at goairheads.com. As we mentioned, the standings in the Tri-Valley, Skyline at 3-2, Erie at 2-3. Holy Family and Windsor at the top. Holy Family 5-0, Windsor 6-0. Berthoud 5-1. As we mentioned, Erie's dropped 3 straight, but they dropped 3 straight to the best teams in the league. So they're looking to just bounce back here tonight against Skyline. Should be a fun matchup here on the Erie Tiger Network. Both teams looking to settle into that 4th spot here in the Tri-Valley. We are going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we will have the national anthem here for you on the Erie Tiger Network. Actually, it's happening right now, so we're going to go ahead and join you, or join CR5 Choir as they sing the national anthem. All right, that was the CR5 Choir with the national anthem. We'll take a quick timeout, come back with some starters, get you all set for the tip here on the Erie.
You have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you. Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
It doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
And welcome back into the Erie Tiger Network. The starting lineups have been announced for both teams. Real quickly, we'll go over that. Caitlin Patterson will start tonight for the Tigers. First time we've seen her in the starting lineup in a while, as she seems to have healed up pretty nicely. Grace Moyer, she will start. She's a freshman guard in the backcourt. Lauren Kia will start out there alongside Sammy Irby. And finally, Edie Morrow will also start tonight for the Tigers. As we are all set for the tip. That one is one ahead, and so Skyline quickly on the attack here. That was Lindry Schendel, and as Grayson kind of mentioned, pretty good starting squad for this Skyline team. Question is, if you can get them into foul trouble, how deep are they? I know talking with assistant coach Lindsey Fox before the game is there's a quick shot that's made by McCrolla, and already a 2-0 lead. Coach Fox mentioned a lot of the girls on this varsity roster for Skyline played JV, so they could even be a little bit winded. Not a ton of girls overall in the program, but the ones they have, pretty solid. Irby drives, shot no good, tipped back out, picked up by Kia, and the Tigers will reset here with Moyers.
Skyline starting off the game in a 3-2 zone or 2-3 zone.
Drive in the steal, back the other way goes Schendel. And they'll reset here with McCrolla. Tigers also starting in that zone, and high school level, a lot more popular. Grace, you don't have to be always the most athletic team to play zone, and I think you'll see that a lot of times, even more so in girls basketball, is understanding space principles, maybe sometimes harder to deal with on offense when you're going against a zone.
It is girls basketball, a lot of shots in the paint, and the zone clusters up the paint, makes it harder to get layups and shots in the post.
Pass ahead to McCrolla. Tigers trying to apply a little bit of pressure here. There's a steal. Morrow will play ahead to Moyers. Moyers scans, fakes the pass, goes up partially blocked. That was Schendel on the block. And so Tigers here 2 minutes in, still yet to score in this one. And Coach Pfeiffer a little frustrated with that, so she's going to send in 3 subs here real quick. Nice backdoor cut and partially stripped there by Morrow. And now Anna Hefner will check in for the Tigers. Deb Altschuler will check in. And Ava Welty will also check in here for Erie. And speaking of Anna Hefner, she leads this team in points and rebounds. 69 rebounds on the season. Nice pass to Kia. Couldn't quite finish it from the left side. Rebounded away here by the Falcons. And that one is thrown away, and a turnover there for the Lady Falcons.
And the impressive thing about Hefner leading the team in points and rebounds, she does it from the bench. Very effective scorer when she has the ball.
Into the corner now for Kia. Tigers working it around the arc. A few freshmen out on the floor right now. Welty fires. That one's just off the back iron. Patterson trying to fight for the rebound, and a nice job hustling and saving it, throwing it off Patterson was Alyssa McCrolla, and the referee will say that she had just stepped out of bounds before she threw it off of Patterson. Erie will certainly take that. Sorry, a little off there on our scoreboard, so we'll correct that. Two-man crew again tonight. Hefner catches in the block, goes up strong. That's no good. Rebound down low by Kia, and that putback's no good. And quickly goes Powers the other way. Nice bounce pass into the block, kick out. Top of the circle shot is no good. And rebound is thrown in and out of bounds. It's a little bit sloppy here from both teams, as we are almost 3.5 minutes in and only 2 points to show for it.
And the zone each team is playing, maybe having some effect on that. Neither team able to score from the post. I know Erie with Anna Hefner, as that one's knocked out of bounds. They like to go to her down low. They like to go to Sammy Irby, Lauren Kia down low. They haven't been able to do that so far tonight against the 2-3 of Skyline.
That's Charlie Nebb that handed it off there to McCrolla. Skyline has not subbed yet. Tigers sub 3 new players, and that little up and under move almost by Powers is good. And Skyline extends that lead out to 4. Kia in the corner. Tigers trying to motion, find open player. Patterson takes, dribbles, baseline, tried to hook it up. Fought for by Hefner, and she will get fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2. They're going to call that on Schindel. So that's her first. Team first. As Anna Hefner, 55% free throw shooter, will head to the line to shoot 2, and she will hit the first. Few new subs in. Sammy Irby, Grace Moyers check back in along with Edie Morrow. And Hefner hits that one. Coach Pfeiffer calling for a press here. Tigers a little bit late on there, and Skyline was able to break out, and Moyers tried to pick the pocket there. And just knocked it out of bounds from Lindry Schindel. 3:55 remaining here in this first quarter. No clock for you here tonight. We'll try and get that up later in the semester. Some of the new Erie Tiger Network students kind of learn how to run our clock, and we get a few more of them at our games. So still going the other way. That's Pitts with it. Off to Nebb, and Nebb loses it out of bounds. 3:31 remaining here in this first quarter. 2-point lead here for Skyline in a low-scoring opening frame so far. Neither team, it just, honestly, even the energy in the gym just a little bit mellow, Grayson.
It is a little mellow. It's calm. It's not excited. It's quiet. It's a winter day. It's Friday. It's been snowing. Hasn't really been any big place to get anyone excited or mad yet.
Tossed down low, tipped away, picked up on the baseline, turnaround jumper. That one is short. Skyline will have second chance here. That's McCrolla with it, and she'll reset here between the circles. Left side for Nebb. Tigers in that zone. Skyline playing a little bit of keep away here. Nice bounce pass off low into the block, and they will call a foul on Hefner, as going to the hoop strong was Powers. And for Hefner, that will be her first team second foul. And actually a pretty clean first quarter here. Said it's kind of not a ton of energy, even not very many fouls. Neither team in their zone being overly aggressive.
No.
As Powers will hit the first. Now Alyssa Barnett will check in. one's off, and Barnett, or actually that's Irby, that will corral the rebound. 2:35 remaining here in the quarter. Nice pass down low to Barnett. She tries to kick it out. That one's tipped into the backcourt. Raced for and picked up by Pitts. Now she's trapped in the corner looking for help and throws it away to Moyers. Moyers trying to lead the fast break over the midline, left-hand dribble. Moyers will slow it up, dial up a three, and hits it. Grace Moyers from downtown has the first field goal of the night for Erie, and we're all tied at 5.
And after that shot, you could feel a little bit of energy start to come back into this gym.
Pass low, high off the window is no good. And a double dribble called. Couple more subs in for Erie. Patterson will check back into the game, as well as Welty. 5-5, 152 remaining here in quarter number 1. Patterson stops, dishes off to the near side. They're looking for Barnett. Now she'll kick it to Patterson, dials up a three. That's a little too strong. Kia tried to tap it out. Good job keeping it alive, and they're gonna call a foul on Welty. I thought the official was pointing to the Skyline player. Welty tried to swipe at that ball, and the official made the call.
Welty, an aggressive player. Heard Coach Pfeiffer say about her, she plays basketball like she plays lacrosse.
Now Patterson, off the missed shot, will bring it up here for the Tigers. A little bit of doubling going on here for Skyline. Patterson dribbles out of trouble, always a very good ball handler. Coach Pfeiffer wants more ball movement. And Alyssa with a good pass there, but ball is turned over, and here comes Skyline again. 53 seconds left here in quarter number 1. Ball stripped away, but picked up, tossed, picked off by Kia. Kia looked for an outlet, now she'll take it herself. There's Patterson, 42 left. Near side, 3-ball on the way, that's off the mark by Morrow, and Skyline again. Plenty of time, 30 seconds left here in the quarter. Shendell with it. Shendell guarded by Barnett. Now she'll give it up. Tigers almost looks like they're doing a 1-3-1. Runner is no good. Up to Welty. 10 seconds left. Across. Good fast break. Nice pass by Kia. And Welty just couldn't quite finish. And then Alyssa Barnett, trying to be aggressive and get the rebound, will pick up the foul. 4th team foul of the quarter on Erie. First on Barnett, the junior center here for the Tigers, and 5.6 seconds left here, so you got to imagine Erie's going to press the inbound here a little bit. And late shot is buried at the buzzer by Alyssa McCrolla. All right, so a buzzer beater ends our quarter. We're going to take a timeout. Tigers trail it here on the Erie Tigers.
Yeah, I'm married. Doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning. Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
Deep inside you. It will not die.
Ooh.
It will fight back.
And welcome back in. Start of quarter number 2. Tigers trail it after the buzzer beater 3 by Alyssa McCrolla. Good ball movement here. Altschuler will kick out. That's Irby's check back in. Knifes through the lane. Runner's no good. Rebound, they'll say, is last touch that time by McCrolla. And we'll stay here with Erie. And a travel and a turnover there on Erie. Just have not really settled into a rhythm. One made field goal in that first quarter by Erie, and it was a 3-pointer by Grace Moyers. I believe that was the only shot she took. Backdoor, nice feed down low. And laying that one up and in was Powers, but that was set up by the beautiful pass from McCrolla. And now another turnover, and suddenly Erie's down 5.
And just off that pass, that's Skyline's big 3, or 2 of the 3 playing together. 3 juniors.
Now up the floor goes Powers, bounces off. 3 ball on the way, that's off the mark. Rebounded that time by Altschuler. Deb will push it up the floor. Kia catches, looks low, tipped, saved by Skyline. Right now Skyline, just the more energetic, active team. And they're getting to all the loose balls, and a timeout here coming from Skyline. With an emphasis on lifetime preventative care in Erie, Coal Creek Family Dental offers a full range of dental services to meet the individual needs and preferences of each patient. From routine cleanings to complete smile makeovers, they utilize the latest dental techniques to give their patients the most up-to-date service. Check them out at coalcreekfamilydental.com. 6:52 remaining in this first half of play, and Erie has been ice cold on offense so far. One made field goal, as we said, in the first 9 minutes and 8 seconds.
And that's not a recipe for success.
4 fouls on Erie, just 1 for Skyline. Neb has it for the Falcons. Bounced off on the far side. That's McCrolla again. And a jumper from the top of the key is good by Powers, and Powers with 7 points. Now 3 ball on the way, and that one is buried, and the Tigers needed that. Deb Altschuler from downtown cuts into that Skyline lead, back to a 4-point lead. Offensive board, and the Tigers have in that zone, and you kind of mentioned this in the Windsor game. Sometimes you're in a zone, and it's hard to rebound defensively because you're covering areas and you're not covering a person, denying them to the basket. So boxing out, you really got to find someone quick and box out. As that free throw is off the mark by Schindel. That was, by the way, that foul was on Lauren Kia. That's her first.
And you'll notice that Erie will try to pick up the pace to get back in this one.
And a double dribble on Erie. (13-8). Score here. Skyline, say, has been in control, but they've only scored themselves 5 field goals so far in this one, and most of those off second chance opportunities. Good rebound that time by Barnett. Tries to get it up quickly to Irby. She'll settle. Off to Moyers. Down the lane. Floater with the right hand's no good. Tapped out to Irby. Shot is up. That one can't fall. Tigers creating some second chance opportunities, but can't really get a shot to fall right now.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the basket.
Offensive board again, and a putback is up and in by Maddie Pitts. Pitts is a sophomore, point guard. She's got 2 points. And another turnover there for Erie. You see Erie in their offensive sets go into lulls. And I mean, this team is so young. You see that with young teams. They can get real hot. They'll play with teams they shouldn't. They'll play down to teams they shouldn't. They'll have periods of just inconsistency. And I think that's what Coach Pfeiffer is searching for at this point in the season. Irby shot up, no good, gets her own rebound. Now Patterson knifes in. Runner, underhand with the left hand, and Caitlin Patterson kissed it off the glass and got it to fall. Nice, beautiful play there for Patterson. And couldn't quite see it on a replay, a little bit late. Two-man crew, hard to do replay here. 4:05 remaining here in quarter number 1. Pass down low is tipped by Irby. Then Moore will tip it out. Moyers all alone, goes up with a left hand and lays it nice and soft off the window. She's got 5. And Erie back to within 3.
And that bucket from Patterson, not a huge difference maker as far as getting closer, but kind of brought some energy.
Now a steal there from Barnett. Again, the Tigers press the pace. Have had some success here in the fast break. Another finger roll, no good, and that time a strong rebound from Schendel. Schendel takes it in, kick out, stolen there by Patterson. Looks up the floor. Passing lane was cut off. It's stripped from her, and McCullough loses it out of bounds. Kia Welty Hefner check back in. And that's Morrow, Irby, and Barnett that will check out here for Erie. Three minutes remaining here in this quarter, and another foul, or rather, only the second foul there on Skyline. Now, the other nice thing that I like about this Skyline team, as we talked about, you don't have a ton of depth if you're Skyline. But Coach Blackard playing zone defense pretty much exclusively, that helps you a little bit stay out of foul trouble.
It does. When you're a man.
Nice entry pass on the inbound play to Hefner, who lays it up and in. And Anna Hefner, the leading scorer for the Tigers at 10.1 a game, has her first bucket. And Erie back to within 1. They haven't put it on the, there it is. Now here comes Erie up the floor. 2:25 remaining here in this quarter. Patterson again, nice through the lane. Nice little jump stop, and they'll call a travel. Thought maybe she kept her pivot foot. Another turnover there for the Tigers.
And man defense, another thing that it does for a team with low depth to not play, it also tires you out more. Zone saves energy. And Skyline, as there's a missed 3.
Missed 3, and then a rebound putback and 1. And that's Powers, who has 9 points now.
And Skyline, they've actually had 3 games played where they did not use a substitute. Only 1 new player worked into the rotation so far.
Man, that's unreal. Missed free throw that time by Powers. Quick shot by Erie, no good. Schendel has it. Jumper on the way, that's no good. Offensive board by Hennessy. Nice scoop pass underneath, and wide open was Powers. And she's having a whale of a first half. Now has 11 of the 19 Skyline points. Moyers plays it off to Altschuler. Drives, runner off the glass, no good. Tipped out. Altschuler trying to wrestle it away and finally picked up for Skyline. That's Powers, who has played exceptionally well here in half number 1 for the Falcons.
And that's going to be a foul on Erie, which will put Skyline into the bonus.
That's on Morrow. 7th team foul. Actually, that one was on Altschuler. Free throw up and no good, though. That was Charlie Nebb. And Skyline kind of struggling from the line. 2 for 6 right now.
Yeah, that's kind of saved Erie so far. 7 fouls. Skyline not able to profit off of it.
Deep 2 on the way. That's no good. Rebounds tapped around. Finally picked up by Irby. Off to Moyers. The freshman with the silky handles will bring it over the midline. Shot for Moyers. That's off the mark. And rebound is won by Skyline off the hand of Irby. 50 seconds remaining in this first half of play. Stay tuned, folks, for our halftime show. Brought to you by Miners, as there's a finger roll that's up and in, and coast to coast goes McCrolla. She's got 7 now, and a 7-point lead for Skyline. 31 seconds remaining here in period number 2. Feed low to Irby and couldn't quite corral it, and they'll say that she stepped on the end line when she tried to save it. Tigers have had a tough time catching entry passes tonight.
They have. It's not ideal to not be able to catch entry passes. That leads to lower number of shot opportunities.
Now shots on the way, and that's Silky, and that is the first made field goal of the night by Schendel. And as time runs out, a shot and the putback not in time, and that will do it here in the half. So the Tigers, they trail it here at halftime, 23-14. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back, have the halftime show for you here on the Erie Tiger Network.
You are watching the ETN.
Chiropractors don't treat your symptoms. We treat the cause of your symptoms. On your first visit, we'll review your medical history and examine your vital signs, posture, strength, and reflexes. We'll also perform tests which are designed to give us insight into what may be causing your problem. The doctors at Great Day Chiropractic don't just treat adults. We also treat children of all ages.
We're located in historic Old Town Erie at 515 Briggs Street. We're open 5 days a week from Monday through Friday and the second and fourth Saturdays of each month.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Time for the Miners halftime show. 23-14 the lead right now for the Skyline Falcons, and only 6 players have seen the court for them, but it's been a successful recipe. Maddie Pitts, she's got 2 points. Powers with 11, 7 by Alyssa McCrolla, and 3 by Schindel. Schindel has a foul. McCrolla has a foul. That's it. For the Tigers, scoring a little bit more spread. Patterson with 2, Moyers with 5, Altschuler with 3 and 4 for Anna Hefner. And Hefner has a foul, Kia has a foul, Welty with a foul, Altschuler, Barnett with a foul, and Patterson with a foul. And there's one more, I think, missing foul out there. Not sure who has that one. But, you know, when you look at the scoring distribution in this game, when you look at the scoring distribution for the season, Grayson, your leading scorer in Anna Hefner, 10.8 points. Then Deb Altschuler has 8.5. Actually, Grace Moore is a little bit ahead of her, 8.6. 7.4 from Sammy Irby. 5.8 from Alyssa Barnett. 4.3 from Lauren Key. All these players, not a high-scoring team is Erie, but all the players kind of almost all around the same marks. You kind of, I think maybe if you're Coach Pfeiffer, I think she's looking for someone to rise up and say, I'm the go-to player. When we're in a rut and we haven't scored in a couple minutes, I'm going to take the ball, create, and score myself. And I think she's waiting for one of these youngsters to step up into that role, or hope that Patterson finally healthy enough to kind of step up in that role.
And I completely agree. Patterson, we saw flashes in the first half of the player that we saw in glimpses last year, 2 years ago. Obviously, she hasn't been healthy, fully healthy for a while, in a long time. She did a good job getting to the basket. The entire team really throughout the half did a good job of getting to the basket, but they didn't finish. And the other thing I noticed, they weren't using the glass, tossing up a lot of floaters from in between the free throw line and the low post. Those weren't falling. I would try to get it more on the low block with Hefner and Barnett, Kia, Irby. Pound into that Skyline 2-3 zone, draw some fouls, get to the line, and crawl back into this game.
Well, that halftime show is brought to you by Miners. If you're looking for the best place for the post game, look no further than Miners on Brick Street. Fans, we got a full slate of games next week on the Erie Tiger Network. I have a nice long 3-day weekend, but then the Erie Tiger Network gets right back at it on Tuesday. We will have basketball as we follow them all the way out to Meade. Then on Wednesday, we will have swimming as they take on Centaurus in a swim meet, a dueling meet. We will, I think, end up picking up Thursday's games against Frederick. And on Friday, we will have wrestling as it's a double duel against Frederick and Holy Family. So a full slate of games. You can find those games on ErieTigerNetwork.com. And as always, follow us on Twitter at ErieTigerNet. Check us out on Facebook as well. We'll take another break. We'll come back, have the second half for you in just a little bit, about 3 minutes away.
Hi, I'm Maya Michelson, and you're watching Erie Tiger Network.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to carawayortho.com.
Open up a browser and look up youtube.com/Erie Tiger Network. To subscribe, sign into YouTube and press the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications about ETN posts. To like the video, click the thumbs up button on the right hand side of the screen. Use the bar on the bottom of the screen to move and skip parts in the video. To skip forward or backwards, use the arrow keys to move 5 seconds. You can pause the video at any time by pressing the spacebar or clicking with the mouse.
Yeah, I'm married. Doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis?
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so...
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
And welcome back in. See Coach Pfeiffer there. Her troops are ready to get back at it as we roll into quarter number 3 here. Tigers down by 9. But we've seen them go through some bursts in the second half, so hoping that that is the case as well here tonight. And they will start with the ball as they head from left to right here in this quarter. Moyers with it, near side for Welty. Still a 2-3 zone for Skyline. One thing that might help get Skyline out of that zone, start hitting some threes. See if Erie maybe takes a few more. Barnett saves it into Welty. Tigers haven't given up possession, but have miscued a couple times. A few good effort saves. And Erie still with the ball. Moyers, she'll dial up a 3. And she hits! Grace Moyers, her second 3-ball of the game. She's got 8. That leads all Erie Tigers scores. And Erie, just like that, back to within 2 possessions.
And I like the starting lineup that Coach Pfeiffer came out with. A little bit bigger, a little bit more defensively oriented than the one she did to start the game. Good mix of size and defense with Barnett, Hefner, and Welty all on the floor.
And a travel called as McCrolla tried to give the head fake and then started moving the feet before the old ball hit the floor. Moyers, I think, thought about a 3 for a second. Now, nice ball pass down low to Kia. Couldn't quite finish, and then they'll call a jump ball. And tell you what, Grayson, all the time in high school girls basketball, we see a quick jump ball whistle. I think maybe you wait just a hair longer there as Kia looked like she was about to rip that one away. Still there, good pass, Welty layup, that's no good. Rebound by Kia, that's blocked. Back to Hefner, her shot is up, that was halfway down, no good. Barnett with the rebound, trying to fight through the defense, and the Tigers come up empty off the steal. Now Schendel with some speed off the window, no good. Hefner got back quick, then hit the deck. Welty with it. Up and down action. Barnett drives through the paint, can't get the shot to go, and then falls on the back of the legs of Schendel, and will get the foul. And it is on Alyssa Barnett. Her second, team first of the half. 6:04 remaining here in the quarter. 23-17. Erie trails it. Trying to press here, and I think, you know, Skyline not very deep. They only played 6 players in that first half. Make them work for everything, tire them out, and the fourth quarter could be an issue.
It could. Skyline, we said they've had 3 games where they haven't played with anyone except for their starters. Well, they've had 6 games where they've only played with 6 players. So tiredness, fatigue can and could be a factor for the Skyline team.
Little hook shot down low, that's no good. Tapped out, and that will be Erie basketball. So far, through the first 2 minutes and 17 seconds of this third quarter, Skyline has not found a bucket. Now Hefner looking low, tried to hit a cutter. And man, good hands from a much smaller player there. I was gonna say Neb, but that's actually Pitts. Now Hefner will check out here. Still Erie ball off the jump ball. Moyers with it. Trying to cut in through the top of that 2-3 zone. Now finds Morrow and tried to no-look it backdoor to Kia, but good recognition that time by the Skyline defense. And now Welty picks up the ball, throws it up. Moyers has it, off to Kia. Stops, gets stripped. Back to Moyers. Low to Barnett, trying to work in, kicks it to Moyers. Another 3 ball on the way, and she hits her 3rd of the game, and all 3 have been delicious. Nothing but net. And the Tigers suddenly back to within 3.
And I know I told you at the start of the season, I've seen Grace Moyers play. She can shoot the basketball. This is that Grace Moyers.
Yeah, coming into the game, Grace Moyers on the season had made 9 threes out of 55 attempted, 16. She is 3 for 3 tonight. Maybe she has finally found her stroke. And we said at halftime, Erie looking for that player to lead them, and I think the leading candidate, you could easily make a case, would be Grace Moyers, and now she's got 11, including 6 points here for the Tigers out of the locker room.
And you certainly could make a case for Moyers. She's played maybe a little more energetic than the rest of the Tigers coming out of this break.
Offensive board, and the putback by Powers is good. And that's going to make Coach Pfeiffer hopping mad. That was an air ball that the Tiger just kind of let softly go. As Kia puts it up, and the foul in the bucket. Lauren Kia kind of threw it up from her waist, or shot from her hip like a Westerner. Or a gunslinger in a Western movie, I should say. It's Lauren Kia, her first bucket of the night. Now she'll go to the line. That foul was called on Pitts. That's her first, team first for Skyline. That one's off the mark by Kia. Tigers trail at 25-22. We will be a little bit delayed on our scoreboard from time to time. action picks up. Hard to keep that updated between the two of us. Now a shot by Altschuler. That's off the mark. Rebounded by Skyline. Just one field goal here in the first 3.5 minutes, or 4.5 minutes for Skyline. 3.5 left here in this third period. And Kia picks up a foul, and that should be her third team foul. Fourth of the half for the Tigers. They only have her with 2 on the scoreboard. Missed shot, rebounded here by Erie. Morrow with it. Pirouettes out of trouble. Now Patterson, see if she can lead the second unit with Moyers off the court. Morrow, another spin. Tried to step through the lane, and I think they're going to call a travel, and they will. Tried to spin and scoop it up, but just switched her pivot feet as she tried to knife through the zone. Very difficult to drive on a zone. Got to pass your way down low through the zone. Now Patterson spots up and hits from the elbow. Caitlin Patterson. Erie again within 1. Transition ball here for Skyline. That's off the mark. Rebound by McCrolla. Off to Schendel. Back to McCrolla. Thought about the 3. Now drives. Dumps. Shot by Powers is up and good. And Powers has been so good here tonight. McCrolla, Powers, Schendel. They're kind of the 3-headed monster. All 3 captains. And it has been Powers that has paved the way tonight. Steal there. 2:26 left here in the third. Barnett set to check in for Erie. Tigers in the 2-3 zone. A little bit of confusion at who's supposed to be where. Nope, they are in man. They set up in a zone, and then she kind of shifted into a man. And foul on Anna Hefner. Her second. That's already the team 5th here in the third quarter. So Erie's in trouble of putting Skyline on the line throughout the entire fourth. And a turnover there for Patterson. Not enough juice on her pass. And a 3-on-1 here for Skyline. Shot's no good. Rebound. Picked up though. Got off to Schendel, and she puts it up and in. Her first bucket of this half. Skyline back up by 5. Now Altschuler for 3. That one falls. It peeked in, kissed the window, and then hopped right back in. That's her second 3 of the night.
And the freshmen are hitting from deep tonight.
That is the 5th 3 for Erie so far tonight. The Tigers have only made 28 3-pointers in 11 games all year. So tonight is finally a night where they're starting to feel it from deep.
And they are, as they foul again. And if the foul discrepancy wasn't so big, it was 7-2 Erie in the first half. And now it's 6-1 Erie. So Erie's fouled 10 more times than Skyline. With a 2-point lead, that's their free throws. As there's another foul on Erie.
That's going to be a charge on Altschuler. Her second, and already the 7th now, so bonus time for Skyline the rest of the way. 2-point lead, 1:10 remaining. And a travel called on Molly Hennessy. That's the 6th player that has just peeked in from time to time. Subbing in for Neb. Altschuler spots up. tried to hit from the baseline. Looked good, just a hair strong. Tigers starting to hit some open jumpers. Good no call there on the transition. Altshuler off to Moyers. Tigers trying to get their spacing right here. Barnett catches, goes up strong and draws the foul.
And that's what you absolutely have to do against this zone. Get a good shot off. Don't take too much time. Don't let the zone collapse in on you, but draw the foul and get to the line.
And Barnett misses the front end. That foul, by the way, was on Powers. That's her first. And this Skyline team just does not foul. It's actually pretty amazing to watch. 39 seconds left here in the quarter. That one is in and out. Rebounded by Skyline. Half a minute remaining. Schendel has it. And that one is lost out of bounds, so 20 seconds left. Erie will retain possession. Now Welty feeds it into Barnett. Good low pass to Kia, too strong. And bodies flying around. I tell you what, they called a foul there on Erie because the contact was strong, but that was the first time tonight I'm scratching my head a little bit because flying in there was the Skyline player, and she kind of got hit, but she was the one that was flying in there. But that will do it. The Tigers do inch back. They are only down 2. We'll head to the fourth quarter here on the Erie Tiger.
Deep inside you, it will not die.
Ooh.
It will fight back. I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore.
To Altshuler. Crosses stolen. Pressing McCrolla. And they'll foul her.
And folks, I don't know what happened, but for some reason, we were kicked off of YouTube for a moment, and I don't know how long we've been gone, we'll try and figure that out. But it's a tight one as Powers goes to the line. And that one well short.
And that's actually McCrolla at the line. And she motioned to the bench after airballing that, saying, "I can't shoot with my right hand."
And so she missed that one, but another offensive board.
Out of a free throw, too.
Tigers, 1 minute left. Skyline playing keep away.
Ow. I'd foul McCrolla.
Rebounded by Kia. So chance here for Erie, and I think they might call a foul here on Kia. Trying to clear out space, not sure. I'm not sure if it's going to be on Pitts, and actually the official going over to discuss things, and that draws jeers from both sides.
And this will be interesting. It was Erie possession, so if they say no foul, it's an Erie inbound pass.
And they are calling an intentional foul on Lauren Kia.
And that's one of the calls that just frustrates you tonight. So free throws for Pitts.
And Pitts misses the first. Now Skyline 5 for 13. Big free throws here, and we'll get the ball back. And that one is off the mark. And so now Barnett will come back in. Hefner will check out. See what the Tigers decide to do. You almost, after how you saw Pitts shoot those free throws, you almost maybe get it into her hands and foul. There, she's got it, now foul. And actually you could hear the bench yelling to foul.
And now Powers has the ball, not wanting to give it up. The one person you don't want to foul is Powers.
And Erie is trying to draw a foul, and the officials weren't giving it to him.
And that's pretty frustrating when you intentionally foul to draw a foul, and then the officials decide to let you play tough defense.
So,
and that's a lot of time off the clock.
Powers will go the line. About 20 seconds melted there. There's 20 seconds left. She's 2 for 5 tonight from the line is Powers. And swishes through the first. Now a 2-point game. And that one is good. So Powers, the junior, ice water in her veins there. Moyers into Kia, kicks out. Altschuler for 3, off the mark. Rebound is tapped around. Altschuler picks up, and they'll say she is fouled. And that will actually put the Tigers in the bonus.
And they're going to say 1-1. She did toss it up, not a shot, but you'd kind of like to see a shooting foul there. 9.4 left.
Altschuler hits the first. Big shot there for the freshman. Back to within 2 is Erie. 38-40. 39-40. And Coach Pfeiffer wants a timeout. Oh, man, 9 seconds left. 1-point game. And by far, this has been our most exciting game so far this season on the Erie Tiger Network. It seems like every game we broadcasted, one team or another is getting blown out. And with 9.4 left, obviously I think you're looking for a steal and a foul. The question is, what are you saying if you're Coach Pfeiffer?
Well, I'm saying make someone other than Powers take the ball, foul them immediately. I don't care what you have to do to get the foul call. Just draw the foul. I don't care if you're Alyssa Barnett and it fouls you out.
Who inbounds here is also kind of interesting. And they will inbound with Schendel. So clearly, I think they're trying to get the ball to Powers. She's being doubled, and Pitts is the one that gets fouled with 8.4 left, and that's Moyers that will pick up the foul.
And that's the person you want to pick up the foul, only 2, so no danger even if the game were to go to overtime. And Pitts missed 2 earlier.
No one on the line for Skyline, and hitting it is Pitts. And Pitts comes and hits a huge free throw after missing the previous 2. Well, Grayson, frankly, by quite a bit.
Yes.
But hits that one. Big free throw here would force Erie to have to try and make a 3. That one falls. So Erie's got to probably fire off a 3. Altschuler will bring it up and throws it away. And a foul there, 1.1. and it looks like Erie is probably going to fall here. They basically would have to hope that, I think, well, both are missed clearly, but on the second, you catch and shoot pretty much full court. And I don't know, maybe Hefner has the strength to do that.
Maybe. What a shot that would be. Well, she missed the first one.
One more free throw, though. This game's over. Powers hits, and it is over. So 2 possessions, 1.1. I guess there's always a chance you get fouled on a three-point shot, but during the timeout, I think that's what Skyline's going to talk about.
Well, I would be surprised if Skyline puts anyone on the boundary to even give Erie a chance at making the three and fouling. I would just say, get on one side of the court, it's over. Get in the paint. Don't get anywhere near an Erie player. Let them take whatever shot they want. And this one is over. If you're Erie, you're going to hope that one of the players, mental mistake, gets on the three-point line, draw contact, shoot a three. I think you've got to go to Moyers or Altschuler out of the 5 they have in right now and just say, hey, toss up a three, see if you can make it with contact and get to the line, make it. Altschuler's been better from the line. Moyers, I don't know if she's gotten to the line actually today, but Moyers has been a little better from deep. We'll see who they go with. And it's actually going to be a full court inbound play. So that's pretty significant. But it is a 4-point game, so
Erie will have one last hope. Moyers from half court. She actually hits. I don't know. They did count it. And, well, unfortunately, Tigers come up just short. Grace Moyers hits her 4th three, and she's our Alex Ailey player of the game. She finishes with 14 points, but the Tigers fall 42 to 43, and they dropped their 4th straight. That's going to do it for us in this broadcast. We are going to broadcast the boys here in about 10 minutes, so join us for that here on the Erie Tiger Network.